here with Nebraska's AD, Troy Dannen. You were going to be here in Indy regardless of whether you were at Washington or now for the Huskers. You said it was a different pin, but just how exciting is it to be here today?
Well, very exciting. One, it's obviously the newness of the Big Ten. It's a new league, so there's an excitement and a buzz here. But for me to be here as a part of the Husker program, I don't need that for my personal excitement. Matt's second year here. He's kind of learned the lay of the land a little bit with the league. But this is really the first day of it. While camp may start next week, it feels like football begins today.
Yeah, and kind of on that note, it feels like we're talking about, or you've been asked about, everything but football today, right? Just when it comes to the X's and O's, what's been that conversation with Rule and you've seen over your past 5 months being here?
Well, I'm not a football coach. For me with Matt, it's like, what do we need to do to win, Matt? What can I do? How can I help you? And it's not always about resources. In fact, he hasn't asked me for anything from a resource standpoint. But just operationally, how do we support the athletes? How do we recruit? How do we partner and build that NIL relationship? So for me, the first 4 months and how administratively can we help football is really taking Matt's lead. He's built programs in places that are much harder to build programs than Lincoln, Nebraska is. So he's got experience in doing exactly what we need to do. And so it's been great to be a partner of his along the way, and then get our leadership team built, because me is one thing, but we all have to operate in lockstep in order to make sure we're doing the same things for football in every part of the department to elevate the program to its highest possible level.
Now finally I'll ask you, Matt brought you a list of things to get done, right? Something that he had previous with Trev Alberts. Just how do you tackle that list? Where do you start? I know grass in Memorial Stadium is a conversation, but just there's a plethora of things that need to get done. What are you focused on right now?
Well, normally, and those lists happen almost every time you take a job, and you ask the coaches to prioritize them. And having the list is one thing, prioritizing what's most important is another. So usually it's just a matter of what can we knock off right away? What are these things that are easy fixes structurally? You have a little bit of opportunity when you come into a place new in making some changes, in those first few moments. So which of those things could we change? And which of those are going to take some time? And how do we plan? Not everything can happen overnight. So as we look at the stadium project and how does that work, how does the stadium going to integrate the pieces that Matt needs to have in order for, in his opinion, to have great success here? So integrating those into things that are 2-3 years down the line. There's never really one thing happening. The great thing about this job is when you wake up in the morning, you have no idea what's going to happen. Your calendar means nothing because it can get diverted at a moment's notice. So there's always a lot of things balancing at one time, let alone Matt's 17 items that he wants to elevate the program.
All right, appreciate it, Trey.
Right, you bet.
Thanks.
Yep, thanks.
All right, just want to hold right here.